Want the best for your dog? Then see Yitka, owner at Vita Canis, specializing in aromatherapy products for dogs and their owners. Here at Vita Canis, we help you to naturally and organically improve the health and happiness of your dog. Check out the website, www.vitacanis.co.uk. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. Join me every Tuesday for fun and games and play for cash. That's right. SILVYAMID, the fun word guessing game, is back and you can come aboard and play. It's simple. Just email us your name and contact information and you are in there, baby. Yeah.
Hi, this is TV comedy impressionist Christopher G from the other side of the pond saying hi, and I love the Queen Silvy show.
Today's guest on the Queen Silvy Show is multiple award-winning Texas Americana blues singer, songwriter, guitarist Guthrie Kennard. And SILVYAMID, the fun word guessing game, takes on the last contestant for April, going for all that cash.
Welcome to the Queen Silvy Show. Tune in at 11, good laugh, good vibe, that's for sure. Get smooth with Tim, get smooth with Tim. They have you running like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award winning show with the #1 spot, look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show. 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 It's the Queen Silvy Show.
Hi, this is Joe Mass. You are listening to the Queen Silvy Show. You are now part of the royalty.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
Hey. It is Smooth Tim, and thank you for joining us on another great episode of The Queen Silvy Show. It is now my absolute pleasure to introduce to you all the world's sexiest granny, everyone's favorite comedian, the Queen herself, Queen Silvy.
Yes, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in this great world. Yes, I am Queen Silvy of the multiple award-winning The Queen Silvy Show on this terrific Tuesday. Have some great, exceptional music and greatness to share for you.
I can't wait. Today's show is going to be off the hook.
Smooth, how are you today?
I'm doing terrific on this Tuesday, Queen. And can I ask, how are you doing?
Well, as always, I'm supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious,
That's
I
right.
suppose, is 24/7, 365.
Yes.
Queen Silvy, besides looking amazing, you just are amazing.
Honey.
I use the A word on you a couple times.
Yes, well.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, right?
Yes, it is. I am amazing. I am. It is. But you are amazing. Smooth, you are amazing. as well as our triple amazing guests and announcements for this terrific Tuesday.
Hey, as you said in the intro to our show today, Queen, our hookup is Americana, Texas blues artist. I mean, this guy is just
phenomenal.
He's been in the game forever. Guthrie Kennard, you guys are going to love him. Also, hey, why we are thinking about the people in the Ukraine, what's going on there, and hopefully they can sustain what's going on and keep themselves, a free country. Also to people that are starting to feel the grasp of the pandemic coming back. Hey, man, keep yourself healthy. Listen to your head. Keep yourself safe.
I'm trying to tell you, be careful out here.
Needs to be done, whatever.
Don't totally let your guards down. I'm finding so many people are now coming back with COVID.
A couple of people that we know, are now all of a sudden sick. So yeah. Please take care of yourself. Also, if you would please look at the top of the screen. You're going to see scrolling up there ways to keep a hold of the Queen and myself on our social media sites. But more importantly, go to thequeensylvyshow.com and go to the contact tab. Scroll on down to email. Hook yourself up with your email so that we can keep in contact with you. And if you would like to be a contestant in the game we're going to be playing a little later on today, SILVYAMID, the fun word guessing game. You can get yourself done that way. Also, because you are worth it, that would be Foxy 5 Jewelry. It is sassy, elegant, and affordable fashion, jewelry, and accessories. And hi to you too. Yeah, for you or that's someone special. That's right. Go ahead and get a hold of Monica Wright, actually, on Facebook, or go to her website at foxy5jewelry.com. Another way to keep up with this Queen is to visit our YouTube channel. And just simply go to YouTube, Google The Queen Silvy Show. There's all kinds of good things up on that. Million different ways to get a hold of us, and you can watch the various shows and things that we're in. And while you're there, please subscribe, right?
Right.
Please subscribe.
I knew. I'm like, yeah, exactly what he said.
Do that. What he said. Yeah, that's a ticket. Oh, you know what? How your lawn looks says a lot about you. So put your lawn care maintenance into the hands of a professional who really cares. That is Top Notch Lawn Care of Toledo, Ohio.
That's right.
They are reasonable, reliable, and insured. They do commercial, residential services all year long. Give them a call, 419-708-0005.
That's right. Yeah.
Analytics, real quick. Let me pop that up. From last week's show, New Zealand, Jamaica, France, Denmark, Mexico, the United Kingdom, Canada, and the good old US of A. Thank you for listening in.
Shout out to you. Yes.
In. Whatever you're doing, what you're doing when you're doing it. Thank you. You know what I mean.
Whatever you're doing.
That was a eubonic.
Whatever you're doing, what you're doing, when you're doing what you do.
When you're doing it, we appreciate you listening in,
That's
watching
right.
it, whatever it is.
That's right.
What the hell's going on out there?
Hey, it is what it is, right? And I do want to thank you for tuning in, listening in to the Queen Silvy Show on this terrific Tuesday. Hey, you are definitely in store. I am excited. I am looking forward to this great musician that I'm honored to call my friend. We've been on the show previously before years ago, and I'm honored to have him back here. Just like I'm honored to have you here, spread the word. You do have time to spread the word. And like Smooth said, the lines are open. You're more than welcome to call in and ask our guest a question. Give a shout out or holler at a girl. And that number is 817-602-0577. That is the number to the Queen Silvy Show. I'm honored that you are here. Before we get things going with my guest, what I'd like to do at this moment is...
I bet motivational words.
I bet you're right. I'd like to share some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. Sometimes, music is the only thing that takes your mind off everything else. It acts like a magic key to which the most tightly closed heart opens. You know, I believe that music is a piece of art that goes in the ears and straight to the heart. That's because music and rhythm They find their way into the secret places of our soul. So you know what heals? Music. The original mood-altering, non-fattening wonder drug. So go get you some. Yeah. And those are some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. Yes. If you don't know, now you know. I charge my audience the night before, so they're ready to go, geared up and ready to go, just like I am with my first guest. Before we get into that guest, why don't you check out this message, because we do bring the best in live entertainment, talents, and topics from around the world to you, and resources. And here's one for you. And when we get back, let's get it on with my wonder guest, Guthrie Kennard, right here on the Queen Silvy Show. Frida's Cleaning Service is a small family-owned business established in 2003. With over 17 years of professional, high-quality, and greatly satisfied service, Frida's Cleaning Service will get the job done. Specializing in sanitizing your home, business, post-construction, and commercial cleaning, no job's too big or small. See for yourself and give us a call, 567-249-9172. Frida's Cleaning Service. Our reputation is always spotless.
Hey, and welcome back to the show.
That's right. On this terrific Tuesday, the Queen Silvy Show. Again, thank you for tuning in and listening, and spread the word, because you are so in for a treat. My guest is super fantastic. Hey, multiple award-winning Texas Americana blues singer, songwriter, guitarist, passionately playing music and authentically creating hit songs. From the Big T, Texas, I introduce to you Guthrie Kennard.
Oh.
Why, good day, Mr. Guthrie.
Good afternoon.
Yes, yes.
Queen Silvy.
Listen, I want people to know that, once we have someone on the show, we are honored to call you a friend. You were last on the show. For anybody that wants to know, back on January 9th, 2018. That's like 4 years ago. We're going to pop a couple memory pictures in there for you right now. For anybody that wants to get caught up on the conversation that I had with Guthrie Kennard back then, you can go to your favorite archive, go down to January 9th, 2018, and you can get yourself caught up on some great music and great conversation. Hey, I'm glad to have you back here on the show. It's been several years, to 4 years to be exact, but, a lot has happened worldwide.
It has.
Tragic from the COVID-19 has impacted not just the music industry, but everyone. Tell me for yourself, what was your life and your music grind like over the past few years?
Well, the COVID sure knocked everything out. I just got back from England.
Yeah.
That Christmas, and I guess March, everything started hitting the United States and shut everything down. So, yeah, it was just brutal for everybody. So I just pretty much stayed put.
Were you writing songs, though?
I was writing some songs. I wrote one of my favorite new songs I wrote with a young man named Jack Barksdale.
Mm-hmm.
And he's only 11, he's 12.
Yes, and I've seen something about that young man. He's down in Texas as well. As Fort Worth, I believe.
He is. He's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Is this a young man you're mentoring too?
Well, it might be the other way around, Tim.
That's funny.
He's incredible. He was like a young old soul.
Well, they used to say that about Stevie.
Ray Vaughan.
Yeah. He started out and was pretty gifted and all that. But I think you're gifted too. I mean, you've been in the business for a long time. So this young man, if he's around you, he's going to pick up and only soar and do more better things. I've seen the video, and yeah, he is a talented guy. I'm like looking for this one. I want to get him on the show as well.
He is incredible. His slide playing, his guitar playing, and his lyrics are just, they're not from a 12-year-old, 13, he's 14 now, but they're just great.
But that's still great. He has a future ahead of him.
I'm glad that you're working with a young man like that. Thank you, Guthrie.
So,
you're more well. Thank you. I mean, I told him yesterday. I was talking to him. I said, "You're stuck with me."
well, that's all right. You are very gifted and multi-talented. But do I stand correct when I say Americana blues, or is there other words to categorize your music?
That's pretty much it. Just Americana bluesy, swampy. And it's whatever. I'm just glad people, will like it. I mean, it's working for me, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Right on. When you just mentioned the young man, I was going to ask you, and am going to ask you, because you are one of the true legends, in the industry with experience, music, memories, and knowledge. But you also have the understanding of the power of music. But I want to know. Over 55 years in the industry. Now, I can name a handful of musicians that I don't know, but I know of their music, and they've been in the industry over 55 years. I haven't been able to ask them, but I'm going to ask you, why are you still doing it? Why are you still giving people what they need, which is the love and the authenticity of your music?
Well, it kind of works both ways. I mean, I don't know what else to do. If I stop, I can't. I mean, it's just one of those deals where it's just a part of you. And I think it's, especially at my age, I think I play with so many younger players. It just really, it keeps me going.
That's all right. Yeah. It will keep me going too. I mean, it's a passion. Right now through this pandemic, I've seen older artists that's been in the music industry for decades quit. I've seen some of the younger ones quit. Like, it's so easy to quit, but it's challenging during this pandemic, but you can still find other things to do. Write some songs or help someone or go online and teach, but keep the passion, keep the legacy, keep the music going. So, hey, where's my audience? Because I charge my audience every night. Because, that's what's up. You initially, though, Guthrie, you began
That's why you the queen, Silvy.
Hey. I'm glad you know that, but you have a queen as well, baby, and that's what's up. Teamwork goes a long way, and that's what it's about. But you initially began with the bass guitar, right?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
What other instruments do you play?
Oh, I just play guitar, just that, and I've always written, but playing bass for all those years, and played with great blues players, and one day I decided, while writing all these songs, and I'm just going to go out and just be my own self. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'll go back playing bass. So
I love the bass. That is what I am trying to want to learn. Smooth, if you can see, has guitars, electric and acoustic all around on the house. But see, to learn the bass, is that the same way and method as learning or self-teaching yourself the guitar? Like the way I've seen Smooth do the guitar, would that be the same for me in learning to play the bass?
Well, the notes are the same, but it's a whole different beast. I mean, it's like, if you love the bass and you feel the bass on records, that's between the drums and the bass, that's what holds everything.
Absolutely.
Down.
Absolutely. Oh, I just love it, because I had myself a drum set back in the day, before the Quaker box and the chips can. I had a drum set then. But my other skill is the spoons. You play the spoons?
No, but I used to play with an old blues man called Curly Barefoot Miller.
Mm-hmm.
And Curly used to play the spoons. And he was a street dancer, tap dancer, and he danced barefoot out on the streets. That's why he got his name Barefoot.
All right.
No, there's a story.
There is a story. Hey,
Oh
that
yeah, Curly. I love Curly.
well, when it comes to music, you can make music and beats out of everything. I don't care. I used to flick
Yeah.
sticks. I'm not telling my age, but yeah, I used to flick sticks.
Let me ask a quick question. You talk about Now, was this like when you were growing up as a teenager, growing up on the streets of Dallas?
Well, I actually grew up in Richmond, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you've been in.
I thought you had left home as a latter teenager.
I did. I did. I went down to Georgia, and then they made me come back home to go to school, and then I left again, and then I was just always playing music. I didn't just run away. Well, I was kind of running away, but I was going to play music. And I always played with older guys, and I left early.
I see.
Well, that's how this young man is. He's playing and
a
around
very
older
early
people,
age.
getting that experience and that knowledge. I'm telling you, it's very beneficial. And as I mentioned before to everyone, you can go to your favorite archives and get caught up on the conversation and the journey and music that we've shared with Guthrie Kennard before, because you'll hear stories of some of the artists he's had, some of the touring. You've been all over the world doing so much things. That is in that archive that you can go and get caught up with. In fact, is there a documentary out on there's probably several.
There's one I did a long time ago. Rebecca Goff out of England. She's a filmmaker. Did one, and it's got her company's called Beck's Films, and she's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so she did one a long time ago.
Yeah.
And it was freezing though. We were outside mostly, and then we did another one not too long ago, didn't we, Michelle?
Dee did that one with you that you just posted the other day.
What? And Dee did one.
See, you so famous, so well known, doing so much. Yeah, there's a movie over there and over in there. Yeah.
Sometimes I get astonished and I don't realize the far reach that you really have, Guthrie, when you're out there on the internet. People are seeing you. I mean, people and we're up around the Detroit area now.
Yeah, we're back up north now.
But
I was wondering where you were.
It is amazing to us, the people that are finding, hey, we love us some Guthrie Kennard.
Yeah.
And it's like, y'all know who he is, and it's this that you're doing right now, getting yourself out there. It's amazing the reach and the popularity that you really do have.
Well, thank you. I mean, I'm really blessed. I mean, I'm just being 71 years old, basically, and doing what I'm doing. And I'm playing. Gosh, we played so much the past couple of weeks.
I know. I've been seeing it. I was wondering, is he going to show up? I'm like, he has to be tired. I mean, you constant, and that's a good thing to be getting the gigs and getting performances and being still in demand. I mean, that's a good thing. There's some independent artists out here, young, up and coming, and it's hard, Back in the day, they used to have the sign artists. You sign to a label, and the label do most of the work. Now it's independent, where you're the manager, you're the publisher, you have to push and get things out. So it can be challenging. So yeah, hats off.
That's why I got Michelle. She's been doing a great job. I mean,
hats off to Michelle too. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I just talk to her.
That's all right. The music industry is evolving. It's evolving all the time, even through this pandemic. And over the years, for you and your experience, because you have been in for so many decades, right now, what changes do you see when it comes to the music industry, or even just the appreciation of music?
Well, I think it's gone two ways, I think. I mean, it's like you said earlier, back in the day, that all the artists were trying to get record deals.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you really didn't have a record deal, I mean, you could still go out and play and do all that stuff, but that's where all the, the promotion, the publicity and everything, and the, advanced money, and to really, and to make records and stuff. I mean, you really needed that because there was none of this going on back then.
Right.
With the social media.
Right.
Today, with the independent artists, you have all these different avenues to really make things happen for yourself. I mean, there are young people that are blowing up, having millions of hits on like iTunes and Spotify and YouTube and what's that other one? TikTok.
Yeah.
And they get millions and millions of hits, and all of a sudden, kabam! I mean, they're worldwide known, and they're not signed to a major label.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. So, how do you feel though? Have you ever, in these last years, how everything is changing in the music industry? Do you ever get confronted from some little young stud that thinks, his new stuff is better than what you're doing? Like you know what I'm saying? Do you ever get like intimidated from some of these little freaking wannabes? I mean, we run into some in our genre, but you know what I'm saying.
I do not too much, because most of the people that I've come in contact with or do shows with, they're their own artists, and some of them are better than others, or some of them are not my cup of tea, but they're really sincere about their art, and most of them, 99.9%, are really humble about it.
And
It's the
respectful.
ones that aren't very talented
Mm-hmm.
that come up, and want to show their chest or something. So I never paid attention to that.
Well,
Well, that's cool.
there's a lot of truth behind that statement, Guthrie.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. That rings so true. You're right.
Yeah. Well, some can do it, some can't. We see them come, we see them go. I already know the answer to what I want to ask you, because when you didn't know, you turned and said, Michelle, what else, Michelle? And I love it. That's how Smooth and myself work and do things. But, I was going to ask you, with all going on, we're independent, you're independent artists doing your thing. How do you navigate in today's music industry and keep your sound and your vibe in the forefront?
Well, I think it's with myself, because I play with such young players that are so talented. For the most part, they really keep me. They keep me young with not their sounds, because all the guys that I play with are their own individualist artists. I can't even say it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're just, I don't know, I'm just around a lot of young people, but still, with me being an old cat, I'm still got that bluesy and the old school, foundation.
So, that young man that you spoke about, is he into blues? What exactly is it that he's gearing toward? Is he gearing towards Americana blues, or what is his specialty?
He does both. He loves his favorite guitar player is I can't think of his name, that played with Muddy Waters.
Oh.
And Heber Sumter or something like, I can't think of his name. And then his slide playing, he's like old school. Today they call it country blues, but it's the old Robert Johnson's, and we wrote a song. It's one of my favorite new songs, but it's a let your left hand slide and your right hand go. And it's about, I just love this song. The way I play it, I can't play it like Jack. He's much better than I am. He's doing all the slide work, like from the 20s and stuff, 30s.
Wow.
And and then he crosses over into an Americana, I won't say folk, but just kind of roots. But his lyrics are so intelligent and just so really, really good for a young child. I call him a child, but he's 14.
That's all right. I love it. I love it. I'm going to get this young man, Jack, on the show, because, he has it going on, and I want to get him on now before he gets famous and then don't know who I am.
Same here.
I mean, he's like, and by the way, Smooth and myself, we have plans to return to Texas, and I'm going to find you, and I'm going to say, hey, I know this guy let us in.
This guy owes me a beer. Let me in.
I'm like,
All right.
we're coming. We're coming.
When did y'all, I played up in Detroit.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Well, several times. I was with Smoking Joe Quebec.
Oh.
Yeah, well, we've been.
Now, that's who you traveled Europe with too, yes?
Yes, with Smoking Joe,
Yeah.
Noise King.
That's all right. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been up in
and-
North for a year now, and have done quite a few accomplishments since being here in a year. We are now nominated Best in the show, and just a month from being here, we got 2 nominations here, and
Best radio show, best
Yeah.
podcast.
we do voiceover
We've been lucky up
cartoons
here.
in the United Kingdom. We're cartoon characters over in United Kingdom right now, and We're just really blessed because the whole purpose of coming up here was Tim was ill. You know, that's why I wanted to get him back home and take care of his chemo and stuff. But we're doing so fantastic, and everyone in Texas wants us back. And there's so many
Sylvy's
reasons
demise,
for us to come back.
I am cured. I'm just fine.
Good.
Well, the Lord blessed me.
Good. That is so awesome, because that's why tomorrow I have to go to the doctor, because I got to get ready to do some radiation stuff.
Yeah. See,
So
and
that's
he missed the radiation, thank God, but it was a very aggressive chemo. It was
It reminded me back of my high school days when I was hugging the toilet, and that's all I did.
All right.
I'm glad you're okay. I'm not laughing, but I can.
You can relate to that one.
Very much so.
Well, we're sending love and prayers your way for
You
what
too, Guthrie.
do as well. So your latest CD album is Riverside. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the backstory and the influence behind it?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, representing.
Swag.
Yes. Oh,
right.
okay.
It's chilly today. It's the only long sleeve little thing I got. I know it's cold in Detroit.
Well, you know, it's not too bad. The last 2 days were 85s, which is nothing to Texas. They wake up to 85.
It's been beautiful. We're just getting some of that winter dip as some of it's coming
Yeah.
through. But otherwise, it's been pretty decent winter.
Yeah.
That's good, because I remember being up there in February. Oh, my Lord.
Oh, it is
Yes.
cold as hell. Yeah, that's coming off the lake.
And then we'd go up to Detroit, then we go up to Kitchener, Canada.
Oh, you're going through Windsor into Kitchener.
Yeah, then we go over to the right, and I guess, is that
Toronto, correct. Toronto, and then down through Buffalo.
Yes, and it would be February, and I was just going, oh my gosh. I said, Quebec, somebody didn't like me.
Yeah, that is a beast. Yeah, that's a horrible
funny.
time of year to be traveling around that.
That's funny. But, you know, you're out in Texas everywhere performing. Is there like a summer tour or anything going on?
Oh, this summer?
Yeah. Do you have anything planned, or are you just going to be in your neck of the woods?
We're working on it. There's a bunch of stuff that after I get through this series of stuff, I'm hoping to go back out and go back to England and everything.
Okay.
And but Riverside is I grew up in Virginia on the James River,
Mm-hmm.
and Shaco Slip is about a section of Richmond, Virginia. It has a long history. Most of it's, very it was just real. It's a port town, and so if most people really don't know the history, but Virginia, it was a slave state, and they were building a baseball. I read it. They were building a baseball field over an old slave cemetery, and they were fighting about, of course, the monuments and everything like that. So it was it really much upset me, and so Shaco Slip is kind of I'm talking about that part of town, and it's how can I say it? Well, it's very historical, but I wanted to write about that because I didn't like some of the stuff that the folks were trying to do up there politically, and so not that anybody's going to hear my song, but at the same time, I wanted to make it historically pretty much factual.
Well, they're about to hear it today, ain't they?
Yes, they are. I'm gonna do Miss Honey in a moment because now I'm ready to show this great video. Is there anything you want to say about the video? We're going to do Shock Hole Slip.
Oh, Shaco?
Why do I have shock in stock?
It's like Shaco.
Yeah, that's what I said. Shaco.
SHOCKOE.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Shaco.
Maybe
right?
it's my missing teeth. Hello.
Oh no!
Don't make fun of the missing teeth.
It's about me being deaf.
Okay, it's a combination.
No, it's a great song and it's a great video, and let's check it out right here on the Queen Silvy Show.
Oh, there.
comes Poega with a raven and a fishing pole. He met his first cousin, Miss Eliza Dalton, bound for Philadelphia in a 3x2 wooden box. And ran round across the river with a biscuit and a bullet ball. You can hear the steam wheels rolling up and down the muddy water. Smell the honeysuckle growing over the Spanish moss. Now go down, Moses, to the landing. Bring your walking stick. The hellish devils have acre, and the red flags in the shackles. Now go down, Moses, to the landing, and bring your walking stick. The hellish devils have acre, and the red flags in the shackles. Spits tobacco out in front of the liquor store. Miss Mary says he's the devil in flesh. Someday he'll meet his maker. A little boy blue can blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow and the chicken's in the corn. Down in the bottom in the pens of the hollow, you can hear the sweet blood. From the 7 hills to the city of churches, burning bridges over the James. An old rider whistling Dixie, running south on the midnight train. Now go down, Moses, to the landing, and bring your walking stick. The hellish devils have acre, and the rednecks of the shackles. Now go down, Moses, to the landing, and bring your walking stick. The hellish devils have acre, and the rednecks of the shackles.
Yes, yes, and yes again. Hey, that was Guthrie Kennard and Shock Whole Slip. Ooh, I'm loving it.
They got to show the credits.
I am loving it. What is the name of the young man that was on that with you?
Ben Fletcher. He's English. We recorded that in England just before it came back, before COVID hit.
Oh.
Ah.
And he's a video videologist, or whatever you call those cats.
Something like that's close enough for me.
Yeah, I just make up my own words.
That's all right. You're very gifted with style. Listen, I'm going to ask you 4 questions only. It's a little thing that we call finish the sentence. So I'm going to read something, but it's like you're saying it, and when I stop, you just finish the sentence, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to say it, but it's like you're saying, I'm a super great songwriter because...
Well, because I listen to people.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay.
Of all the songs I've written, the one that truly depicts me would be
Probably Never Heard an Angel Cry or The Poet.
which CD is that on this newest one?
No, it's on Cross Your Heart. I don't.
Oh, you're talking about. Hang on a second.
Wait, you gonna show him, Tim?
Yeah, you're talking about this one.
That one.
The one that we
That's
we treasure, that it's autographed and everything. Okay.
Probably The Poet,
Mm-hmm.
because we all know Dallas and Deep Elm.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Back in the day, it was the home of the blues by Lemon Jefferson and everybody. And I was playing out on the street corner one day with a band. We weren't busking, but we were just playing out there for some restaurant every Sunday. And there was an old guy would come up. They called him the Deep Elm Poet,
Mm.
and he would, instead of asking you for money, he would write write down words or something, or a little poem. Some of them made sense, some of them didn't. But he'd ask if you'd like to buy a poem. And so if I had any money myself, I'd always buy them from him.
Mm-hmm.
And I see him every Sunday. Of course, there's so many homeless people down there,
Yeah.
and everybody's got their street names. And so the Poet's Lament is Julie Bonk playing piano, who taught Nora Jones how to play
Wow.
since she was a kid, and Marion Brackney and Pete Thompson on drums. And so that I would say that song.
All right. I'm loving it. You mentioned about busking, so let me just tell you a little something about me, because some might think it's nothing, but the point was that I got confident enough to do it. Downtown Arlington, they do busking.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I had one day I had an artist on from Spain. I don't know if you heard of him, Miguel Montalban. He got his start busking just like Rod Stewart got his start busking on the. So we do guitar, and me and Smooth, we play around a lot. That I got courageous to go down and do it. And I tell you, I got on the corner and I started playing. But listen how I made money. They were paying me to get out of there.
Get the hell out.
They were.
Check this out. They even called me a Uber. I got a free Uber, and I got enough money that, hey, but I
Guitar
sucked.
Case, wait,
It was
Guitar
because
Case full of money in her Uber ride because she sucked.
I sucked so bad. They were like, get her out of here. But guess what? I did it.
I think that's awesome. We did that in England.
Yeah.
Pete Lane and John Fallon and myself went down and busked on the streets of Bristol, and I had a blast. They didn't tell us to leave, but I was waiting for the police to come and tell us to quit playing.
What can you say,
Now,
right?
you said that name, Bristol. Now, that's not on this album or CD that we have, Cross Your Heart, but you've wrote a song called Bristol, have you not?
I did. It's on the Matchbox CD.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I thought I remembered that song.
Okay.
I know y'all so kind to remember and to think of me like that. I do appreciate that.
Oh, by all means. So listen, when it comes to beer, wine, or milk, I prefer
Milk.
Good answer. Good answer. Good answer. Okay, the last one is this. I'm cool. I'm mellow with my music. But if you want to piss me off,
Well, don't talk bad about my friends
I feel you.
or family.
I feel
Then I
you.
kind of go, don't mess with my kids.
Right on. I'm with you on that as well. Okay? Simple as that. I'm gonna play My Miss Honey because I actually really like that there. Is that your idea, the concept for the video of that?
It was actually, I used an old Japanese guitar just to get that old funky sound.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real cheap amplifier when we recorded the song. And there's a artist in England that I met, Matt Mofford, and he does videos and stuff. So I said, how much would you charge me to do that? And he gave me a really good price because he knew I didn't have any money.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was my concept was, I said, well, you're English. I said, I want, just do it the way you want to do it. And that was his concept of putting that song together to the words. So he listened to the lyrics and made up his own version of his work.
Well, together it's great. I'm going to play it. Is there anything you want to say about it before I show it?
Oh, it's just, I think it's a pretty cool little funky song. I mean, it's not real heavy in lyrics or anything. It's actually, it used to be a waitress that used to work at Fred's over there in Fort Worth.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd always walk by carrying that tray, a pair of cowboy boots and a pair of cut off jeans. And I'm just going, I got to write a song about this waitress.
That's all right. I love it. That's all right. It's a great song. Let's check it out right here as I present to you My Miss Honey with Guthrie Kennard right here on the Queen Silvy Show.
My Miss Honey, when you shake a thing, you so hot I gotta find some shade. She got a wiggle and a walk she navigate. Dig on the back of both her legs. My Miss Honey, when you shake your thing, you so hot I gotta find some shade. Now my Miss Honey, when you shake your thing, you bring it back around like a boomerang. Yeah, boomerang, boomerang. Miss Honey wears Chinese shoes, drives a ragtop Chevy with the engine in the boot. She's straight out of woods from the Bible Belt. Yeah, turn corn in the bed and buttermilk. My Miss Honey, when you shake your thing, you so hot I gotta find some shade. My Miss Honey, when you shake your thing, yeah, you so hot I gotta find some shade. My Miss Honey, when you shake your thing, she pick it back around like a boomerang. Yeah, boomerang, boomerang, boomerang. My Miss Honey, let's get it wet. Jump in the river down by the track. Now you know honey, she's long and lean. She'll stop a monger right out of a tree. My Miss Honey, when you shake a thing, you so hot I gotta find some shade. My Miss Honey, when you shake a thing, yeah, you so hot I gotta find some shade. My Miss Honey, when you shake your face, you make it back around like a boomerang. Yeah, boomerang. Now my Miss Honey, when you shake your face, you make it back around like a boomerang. Yeah, boomerang. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, yes. You know something, Guthrie? You're going to start a new dance crave called the boomerang.
But you know,
You have women out there trying to shake that thing like a boomerang.
but
I'm
you
like,
know that
ha.
I have to say that is straight out Dallas sound.
Yes.
Well,
That if somebody wondered what's music like in Dallas, I'd have to sit there and say, listen to that song. That is straight out Dallas.
But you know,
Thank you.
yeah. I love
Thank
your
you, Smooth.
music. I love Americana and I love blues, a little bit of country because, not just because, but one of the reasons is I'm not one of those type of girls that want to go out there and just be popping that booty. I like music that I can just sit there, you know, and just pop the shoulders, tap that feet and really enjoy it and stay focused on what you're listening to too. That is the kind of music that I really like. You know, I can't dance. I'm gonna try and come up with a dance called the Boomerang though, based on that song, and see what I can do about that. But yeah, you really have it going on. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time really and being on the show, because I know you have a lot on your plate. You're doing a lot of things, and it's been 4 years, and it means a lot that you've come back.
I want to ask a quick question too.
Yeah.
It's kind of maybe two-part. Do you miss playing the bass? And I noticed, would you consider the way that you play dead thumbing?
If I play what?
If you miss playing the bass guitar and the way you're playing, I watched the acoustic, would you consider like a dead thumbing the way you play? Dead thumbing.
Well, I do both. I mean, I play electric guitar because I have the band, but on acoustic stuff, yeah, I just, you know.
Yeah.
So I keep that bass line going.
Right.
So because I'm a bass player, and the thing about my writing is I write around bass lines I hear in my head. The more simpler ones, like, I mean, I love the old soul stuff like Shotgun, you know, and the bass line is like, you know, shotgun, shoot it for you, run now. So I try to write around those type of grooves when I'm writing just like a groove song.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got, you know, other chord stuff, I mean, it's different. I mean, you know, like Bristol. So I can write, you know, I bunch of chords like that. But I love when I'm playing the blues, I just always like Wang Dang Doodle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just stays on that groove the whole time. And I like writing like that. And I know a lot of people want bridges and all kinds of stuff in it, but you know, what changes is the chorus stays on the one, but the melody line changes. And it stays back to the one, and then you have a different melody line. I'm trying to think of a song that does that. But yeah, so it's like one of those deals where, and I like writing kind of, you know, the more on, you know, just like,
yeah,
stuff like that. And so, I mean, but I always kind of keep it in the same. I'm still being me, but I can.
I think that's what I was alluding to. Is you're still, it seems you're still a bass at heart, but you're because you pay very much attention to the bass line of the music.
I do, and it's like one of those deals where I'm playing bass when I'm in town every Tuesday night with Junior Clark at a blues jam. I mean, I play bass for the hosting band, and people come up. Yeah, so I'm still doing it. And then I might go out on a little tour in July with Rocky Athos and do a couple of blues festivals.
That'd be nice.
He's a friend of ours too.
We're friends with everybody.
Oh, that's right. I remember he did a show with y'all.
A couple of them, yeah.
Yep,
yeah, so I might go out. I wrote some stuff on his on the Voodoo Moon album, and I think one on the Miracle album with him. So he had called me the other day. So I might go out in July for about 3 or 4 days to do a couple of blues festivals.
Because you guys are old buddies from like way back, right?
Yeah, Rocky and I, we're pretty close. We've been all over the world together and toured. And of course, then he went to go play with John Mayoff all those years. I mean, we stayed in touch, but it's one of those deals where I think about you more than I call you type of thing.
That's all right.
That's important too, though, isn't it?
Yes, it is. That's all right.
It is.
That's all right. You know, you are blessed because you not only is gifted and talented, but you know, people put in your path is always someone or some people that are enthusiastic, passionate about music too, and on the same path, because you know sometimes it's not as easy collaborating and working with someone, especially if they're not on the same path and have different motives.
That's true. I mean, it's almost you have to speak the same language.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And it's I mean, I do co-write with other people, but it's like sometimes, you know, it's you have to find that person that wants to say the same thing that you're trying to get out, but you can't get it out, but maybe they can.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a John Lennon and Paul McCartney thing.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
The chemistry is the right word I'm looking for.
Now let me ask you a question. Let's roll back to the influence that you're having on this young man. And who had the most profound influence on Guthrie?
Well, I guess, I mean, gosh.
A lot.
Well, you know, in my world in the day, you know, of course it was the Beatles, but then you had, like Bo Diddley, I guess, was the first one.
Okay.
You like that little square guitar?
Yes. And I ended up playing with Bo Diddley.
Wow.
And so when I would go to school, I would hear that, you know, back when they had AM radio.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't remember that.
No, we remember
yes,
AM.
we do.
This the people listening might not.
Might not, but yeah, we do.
But I just remember going to school and that, you know, that beat would come on.
Yep.
You know, I'd hear that beat going out the back door, screen door, going to school. And I'm going, I dig that. That's probably had the most profound impact on. That's before the Beatles.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's all right.
Interesting. A little bit Italy. Nothing.
Right.
I like that.
That's right. So listen,
he was badass. He's a great guitar player.
Oh yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just the normal that rhythm thing, but he would do solos and stuff. And Joe Quebec, Smoke Joe, was also playing as well. And I like Bo Diddley.
Well, I'm sure he liked you too.
Really nice to me.
I'm sure he liked you too. You know, I'm going to ask you something personal. I mean, to help me out, give me some advice on this one thing. I know from musicians that I've had on the show that when it comes to songwriting, because you are a master songwriter, but when it comes to writing songs, it's a story, right?
Yes,
See,
ma'am.
this is my problem. Seriously. I have been writing a song, but I don't know how to turn it off. So it's almost like I'm writing a book or a movie or a documentary because
an anthology.
I don't know when to turn it off unless I make it a part 1, part 2 type of song. What's the key to knowing when you can turn when a song is done? It's not just about the song should be so many minutes, because it's the material, and the material that I have is great. I just can't figure how to end the song.
Maybe that song didn't supposed to be ended in a song like a normal thing. You know, maybe you are writing a book.
You know, right? Maybe I am, or a movie, and it's good. Don't get it wrong, but it's just I wanted to do a song because Tim is into the guitar really good, and I like bass, so I wanted to come. We was going to end up having a little legacy to leave to the grandchildren. Oh. No, we're going to leave something like a legacy.
Something here too, Guthrie. I did we.
What?
We'll talk after the show.
Whatever. I'll keep working on it. That's what I'll do. I don't know.
I usually run out of things to say, and the thing is, I said something first, and Ray Wally Hubbard taught me this as well. Okay, the second verse, he goes, well, you've already said this in the first verse. You need to say something different in the second verse, and the third verse needs to be totally different. And then you got your hook, whether it be jumping jack, flash, it's a gas, gas, gas. That's the hook of the song, of that particular song. And so that's with me. I kind of go, okay, I've said this, I've said that, and I've said this. This all it needs to be said.
So they can go out with the hook, right? Can you fade out with the hook?
You can. It's like tremolo rain, tremolo rain, Tremolo Rain, Tremolo Rain. That's the hook of that song. And so I have I think I got 3 verses in that song. So it's a deal where, okay, I've said something in the beginning, the second verse, and the last verse, I got barefoot in the last verse. I usually write about a lot of the characters that that influenced my life, barefoot, Robert Ely, on and on and on. And so I always put those old blues guys in a lot of my songs because I don't want them to be forgotten. They're not successful as B.B. King or Buddy Guy or any of those guys are. So, but locally speaking, around Dallas-Fort Worth, they were quite well known. And I don't want people to forget them.
Right.
But sometimes those individuals are just as important as everybody else because of the influence they had on somebody.
Oh, they were major influences, especially with most of the musicians and all the fans that would come out and see those guys. They were great. I remember playing at y'all. Was JJ's here when y'all were here? JJ's Blues Bar?
No.
Okay, well, it must have shut down. But one of the best nights I've ever seen or was a part of playing, I was playing bass. I was playing with Robert Ely. No, I was playing with Buddy Miles. Remember Buddy Miles? From the Jimmy and the Band of Gypsies.
Right, yeah. Yep, drummer.
I was playing with him, and then Robert Ely came in, and Buddy Miles and Robert Ely were on stage together singing, and it was on.
It was jam.
I've seen Sam and Dave, and I've seen James Brown and all of them.
That's great.
And I tell you, that night, it wasn't like today where you had phones where you could record it and stuff. But I wish it was recorded because it was one of the best nights musically I think I've ever been a part of.
Well, that's great. You have some great memories. I want to show a couple of pictures here because I know that you have done. You know what? Is this from the? You're bringing back trouble, right?
Well, Rachel Stacy, she's like a daughter to me.
She just had a birthday.
She did last night. We played up at Dan Severly's in Denton. It was storming too.
I bet it was.
It was bad. And we had a pretty good house considering that fact, but we kind of co-wrote it together.
We're going to show a couple pictures of it.
I'll tell you all this.
This is the album.
That's the album. We're going to tell how they can get Riverside in just a moment, but I want to show a couple pictures because the whole outfits, the whole vibe of this music video is really good. I'm loving the costumes, the makeup, of course, the music there, right there. Can you see the picture he's showing?
Yes, ma'am.
One is Rachel. Whom's the other?
Rachel's, okay, if I'm facing y'all, Rachel's on the left, Nina is on the right, and she's an actress model.
Okay.
So, in the song Trouble, Rachel's on the left with the hat on.
Okay, yeah.
And so, of course, I look fat in that picture.
No, you do not. You do not. In fact, there's more. We have a couple of clips
Silvy,
from
can
that.
you do some Photoshop?
Hang on. Let's do this one. How about this?
You look fine. Now, that's the everyone in it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That is great. Where was this shot at?
It was in Pilot Point. What is the name of that place, Michelle? I don't know. It's a cool venue. Rachel knows all these people has these venues out that way. And it was they're artists. They have like a twisted church they built out there. I mean, I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, that was out in Pilot Point at that particular location.
Well, that's good. When will it pop out? When will the music video come out?
I hope pretty soon. I think they're working on editing the final stuff. I saw a preview the other day and looked pretty good.
Well, let me know. Keep me posted. I'd love to
will.
put it out there. And for anyone, show Riverside, who wants to purchase Riverside, where can they go to get this?
Well, what can they?
All streaming platforms.
All streaming platforms.
Spotify, iTunes.
Thank you, Queen Michelle.
Thank you, Queen Michelle.
I love it.
I know. It's like. And at live shows.
That's the best place to get that swag so he can autograph it for you.
I know. And yeah, please come out and see me. Even if you don't buy anything, you can come look at it.
Right. So listen, I really appreciate you taking the time being on the show. We're going to go out with Tremolo Rain, but tell everybody how you can be followed on social media.
What? Oh, Guthrie Kennard on Facebook.
Thank you, Queen Michelle. I love it.
Instagram.
Okay.
Am I on TikTok?
No, not yet.
Oh, he's gonna start doing. Wait a minute. This is an
Wait a minute.
exclusive.
Yeah, did you see that? Yeah.
Wait a minute. Did we just?
Hold on, you were just breaking it down for me right there. Yeah. All right. That's like me. I'm a seat dancer myself, but yeah, I'm gonna pick that up.
So he's gonna now stay tuned TikTok.
Yeah, stay tuned TikTok. That's good. But do keep me posted, if you will, on when the music video for Trouble drops out, and anything that you're doing. We'd love to share it out, continue to follow you. We've never left. It's like we've never left your side, even though we've left Texas. We follow everyone that we love.
Thank you. Y'all have always been so kind to me. Y'all haven't changed a bit.
Oh, thank you very much. We try to stay young.
Yes. We have a baseball team of grandkids, but hey. That's all right. They can come and drive me to the store.
That was part of the reason they can chauffeur us around for a while.
Yeah. So yeah, it is. It's a blessing. You know, first it starts off with just waking up that day. You know what I'm saying? To make the most of every day, and we do, and you do too. And we hope to have you again. Not 4 years, and we don't want to wait 4 years to see you and hear your music.
We didn't realize it had been quite that long.
Mm-mm.
I knew it's been a while.
Yeah.
Because y'all were over there in Arlington.
Right.
Yeah, at the baseball stadium.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So listen, it's been a pleasure. We're going to go out with Tremolo, if I'm saying it right, Tremolo Rain.
That's it. You got it, girl.
And that is also on the album CD Riverside, which can be available anywhere.
On all streaming platforms.
Guthrie Kennard is one of those guys whom, like Smooth and myself, Googleable. You can just simply Google this guy, and you are going to find.
You're going to find him
everywhere. So
please turn in y'all doing it every week now, right?
We actually have 3 shows, different shows now. We do this on Tuesdays. Smooth has his own show, more political, if you ask me, on Wednesday evenings, and then we are mentors for about 6 different people who has 5-minute segments on Thursdays. And that's great because one girl is now gained notoriety. She talks about dementia. She takes care of her mom, who just recently passed, but it has gotten her into the organization doing things. We have a young man who's born blind and autistic, and he's a Christian rapper. And so he gets on. So we have a lot of different shows. It's all setting us up for our own brick and mortar. So until then, we are mentoring shows on Thursdays. So we have 3 shows now, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
You know how the path can be long and crooked at times.
Yeah.
It can, but y'all are doing it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's my purpose.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, when you follow your purpose and you have a passion, you know this,
And when you decide to make another February trip up around Detroit, let us know.
Right on.
I don't know what you were thinking, but
right
okay.
on.
Well, I was a bass player then. It wasn't my decision.
That's all right. You're everywhere, and we'll find you if we have to come back to Texas. That's that's in the making anyways. But I won't hold you any further. Thank you very much, Queen Michelle, for all that you do. And we're going to go out with Tremolo Rain by Guthrie Kennard.
Thank you, Queen Silvy, and thank you, Smooth.
You're welcome. Thank you so very, very much.
Have a good evening, my friend.
You too.
All righty. Tremolo Rain, Guthrie Kennard, right here on the Queen Silvy Show.
Oh, they're playing the live versions.
Wild rabbit running across the ground, from the clouds cover up the moon. I'm standing up on the back of my neck with feet in electrical stone. Old crow is dark as I hear the shadows cast no shadow. The crosswind blowing like a hound dog howling. Bullfrog buzzards and dawn. A tremolo rain. A tremolo rain. A tremolo rain. Now Mr. Tom is the shady cat down on Bourbon Street. He'll pick your pockets, steal wise, go gambling on the riverboat queen. He fell in love with a Creole woman, the house of the rising sun. 3220 up under her dress, turning tricks, the story fell. The tremolo rain. Tremolo rain. Yeah, tremolo rain. Right, way down there. Ha. Back streets of the blues. No goes a lead belly and his old guitar, 12 strings and the truth. Barefoot shoes, striding the smoke, dancing with a cobra cane. Down on the corner in the old French Quarter, down in New Orleans, the tremolo.
Overwhelmed, overweight, or out of sync with your health and body? Overtime Fitness Toledo. Need motivation and direction with your goals? Overtime Fitness Toledo. Here at Overtime Fitness, we strive to provide a warm, inviting, judgment-free, family-oriented atmosphere, offering customized and nutrition workout training. Because you are worth it. Give us a call and book your session today. 419-708-0005. Overtime Fitness Toledo. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey.
Whoa. You better go get you some Guthrie Kennard. That is
incredible.
Wasn't that great?
Incredible.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Guthrie, for honoring me and being back on the show. I couldn't believe it's been 4 years. Man, 4 years. It's been.
Yeah, I was really quite surprised thinking about that. And it's been Because
I forget we've been doing this for now, what, 7?
yeah, a little over 7. Yeah.
All for you, baby. All for you. That's right. In fact, if you're watching this live, I want you to know Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim, we love and appreciate you. And if you're watching this later on an archive, Smooth,
our love is everlasting.
we love and appreciate you. That's right, baby. You get there.
Is that right?
That's
Did
right.
I get it right this time?
That's right. That's funny.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's funny, but that is very
I was
true.
blown away, though. Thank you, Guthrie. Yeah.
So listen, SILVYAMID, the fun word guessing game, is about to come on with a new contestant. In fact, it's the last contestant for the month of April, going for all that cash. You can get yourself connected where you can play the fun game that we do every Tuesday on the award-winning The Queen Silvy Show. But hey, while we get set up and get that contestant on, I like to give some shout-outs. I bet you won't forget me forgetting next week. Last week I forgot. I apologize. I was so into it, a guest and everything. But shout-outs to you, Queen Follette Clark, Kennett Rawls, Helen Myers and Peace Myers, Corey and Casey Patinio. Shout-out to you. Shout-out to Joan Mercer, Queen Aaliyah, Asia, Tay, Maya, and Camille. Shout-out to my Pooba Poo, Amari, to Jonathan Jr. and to Tyron. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Queen Sonia, Queen Khaki, Queen Precious, Queen Alana, Queen Shanika. Shout out to you, Queen Brianna, as well. Shout out to Kelly and Ryan and the All-American Boys. Shout out to Matt and Tracy and the All-American Girls. Patricia Wilhelm McGiffin. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Pamela Anderson, Pam Bailey, C. Shorty, Franklin, Renita Easley. Shout out to you all. Donna Ferry down in Texas. Shout out to you. All the way in Africa, Amy Kanima and Websterito Hostile Flow. Shout out to you. I appreciate all of the shout outs. I love and I'm honored to give these shout outs and represent. And if you have someone special, if not your special self, that you'd love for us to shout you out several times a week and represent, because that's what we're going to do.
That's
Just
what we do.
send us a message at queensylvia@comic.com or go to the website, thequeensylvyshow.com. Wherever you're viewing or listening to this, you are more than welcome to leave that in the comment section, and we'll make sure, we will guarantee that we will get out
Is
and
that
represent
really
for you.
guaranteed? I like that.
Yes, I will guarantee. I have a few more shout-outs, though, however.
Okay,
Shout out
dokie.
to you, to my good queens over in United Kingdom, Beth Lambert, Nicola Jones, Kay Cross, and Bethany Jones. Shout out to you. Lorenzo Gabaniza, shout out to you as well. James and Audrey Starks, oh, they're down in Alabama. Shout out to you as well. And Edith Verhoek over in the Netherlands, shout out to you. And once again, I thank you for tuning in, and let's get it on with SILVYAMID, the fun word guessing game. Smooth, do we have our contestant here?
I believe we do. Here, let's get our SILVYAMID up so we know.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's what's up. Let me tell you how the game is played. The contestant,
Our contestant is here.
Smooth, will call out a letter, and you will have 60 seconds to call out as many words beginning with the letter that Smooth calls out. It's a fun game. It's easy. It's simple when you're not a contestant. It's a little bit challenging when you are. Our contestant is here. State your name and where you're calling from.
I'm Khaki from Ohio.
Well, hello, Khaki from Ohio. Welcome to the show. I appreciate you taking the time and being on the show. You did hear how I said the game is played. Smooth is going to call out a letter. I'll say on your mark, get set, go, and you will have 60 seconds to name as many words as you can. Say hi, Smooth, while I get the clock going.
Hi, Smooth.
You're so silly.
Hey,
Okay.
All right, what is the letter, Smooth?
The letter of the day is P, as in Pluto.
P as in Pluto. If you are ready, Khaki, on your mark, get set, go.
pop, people, plant, planet, pressure, please, pleasing, premier, premium, peacock, pumpkin, posse, pose, post, poster, pat, preach, preaching, pressure. Did I say pressure? Perch, pet, pal, pull, push, purple, pink. Oh God.
All right, let me count here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 27.
I think 27. I think one or two might have been repeated. I don't
27 words
I'm
is
thinking
not
27.
bad. I'm like trying to go along with you and guess on my words. I didn't come quite with that, baby. 27 is great words there, Khaki. I will calculate and find out who is the winner for the month of April with SILVYAMID, the fun word guessing game. Was that easy or hard for you?
Pretty easy.
Well, see, that's good. Some people say it's easy before they was up to play, and when it's their turn to play, you're like,
They choke
brain
out.
freeze. Yeah.
Brain freeze, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I appreciate you taking the time on this day. You're making our Tuesday even more terrific. Beautiful girl.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you playing. We'll get in touch with you and let you know whom is the winner and get that posted out. SILVYAMID, the fun word guessing game.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.
That's right. You too can come aboard and play SILVYAMID, the fun word guessing game. Get the
She
message
rocked
in.
that one pretty good.
Hey.
So, hey.
I have listed down, and I have to look at my list for everyone for the month. But it is interesting. It is interesting. And you too can play the game as well. Hey, listen, it's been a terrific Tuesday. You know, Queen Silvy has fasted. She is hungry. She is ready to eat some food, baby. And so we are going to wrap things up by me saying thank you so much for Guthrie Kennard and Queen Michelle for taking the time and being on the Queen Silvy Show. It was great. I had a fantastic conversation, enjoyed some great music. I look forward to really kicking it with them, going down back in Texas for a good visit.
Go back home for a while. Well, not home. I mean, we were there for what?
5 years, 4 years, 5 years?
6 years.
6 years.
6 years, so yeah.
So, yeah, that's part of my home down there in Texas.
You damn tootin'.
I miss the restaurants, and I'll think about that as I go get me something to eat. But you can follow Queen Silvy and Smooth Tim any and everywhere. We are Googleable. You can simply Google our names or the Queen Silvy Show or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, on everything.
Just simply Google.
Just simply Google us. It's totally okay. But, you know, and also, if you will, pass the word. If you have done it, if you have not, do pass the word to someone else so that they can join the YouTube channel, The Queen Silvy Show.
I showing them up at
That's
the top
right,
of the
right up
screen
there.
to watch
That's
this.
right. And go ahead and get yourself signed up as well for the game SILVYAMID, the fun word guessing game. It has been a definite terrific Tuesday. Smooth.
I'm trying to behave myself.
I'm just.
Yes, it has
that.
been terrific. It's always terrific just being with you because you're just simply
I know.
amazing.
You think I get tired of hearing him tell me that I'm amazing? No.
And never
Smooth,
giving
what am I?
amazing. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Hey,
24/7, 365.
who's buying lunch today? You got that one wrong. If I am going to be buying lunch today, guess where you are going to eat? Thank you. I rest my case. It is a terrific Tuesday wherever you are. Go out and enjoy your morning, afternoon, or your evening. Nevertheless, tune in tomorrow because Smooth will be on with his hot show, Tim's Tidbits.
He'll be on
That
with
is in
something,
the
all right.
evening time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anything you want to say about it? I say that all the time. He'd be like, nope, you got to tune in and find out. Well, do tune in. It's definitely worth it with his special co-host, Larry E. out of
What we do
DFW,
is we
Texas.
basically look at the left and the right of all the issues that are going on in America, all across the world, and blend them all together so that you get every side and make your own freaking decision about your shit.
It is hot. It's very political, if you ask
Not
me.
political.
But
The
it is
world is
definitely hot.
unfortunately
This is
just-
what you need. They're keeping it real, and it's in store for you, as well as a terrific Thursday and the Now You Know show.
I like it.
With
That's
Queen
fun.
Silvy and Smooth Tim. Exceptional, encouraging, and even funny segments from the heart from some fantastic people just for you. So, hey, we're not done. We're done here on this Tuesday, but it continues on Wednesday and Thursday evening. Both are at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Spread the word, tune in. And right now, without further ado,
Oh, until next week, same Queen time, same Queen station. We will holla.
overwhelmed, overweight, or out of sync with your health and body? Overtime Fitness Toledo. Need motivation and direction with your goals? Overtime Fitness Toledo. Here at Overtime Fitness, we strive to provide a warm, inviting, judgment-free, family-oriented atmosphere, offering customized and nutrition workout training. Because you are worth it. Give us a call and book your session today. 419-708-0005. Overtime Fitness Toledo. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram.